Hello everyone. Let us discuss GST on vendor invoices in Boon. During purchase of items and services, vendors issues invoices with GST on items. Vendors collect the GST from us and pay to the government. In this video, we will evaluate is it necessary to record the GST in our books. What is the importance of recording GST on vendor invoices, etc. Let us discuss scenario 1. In this scenario, vendor issues bills which include GST. We consider the total purchase amount as expense. In the accounting terms, we debit the expenses plus GST and credit sundry creditors with the total bill amount. In this scenario, we are not concerned about the breakup of expenses and GST. If our company is not registered with GST and we are not paying GST, or if a registered company chooses not to take any benefit from GST, this method is adopted. Let us now consider second scenario. Here we will discuss about a trading scenario. We buy items or services and sell it to customers. In this scenario, our vendors charge GST in bill which we have to pay. While we raise invoice with GST to the customer, we collect GST and pay to the authority. Now GST is involved in buying and selling. That means double taxation. To overcome this, we can take benefit on input tax. This means while paying GST to tax authority, we can adjust the tax on input items with the tax payables. Now we will consider third scenario. This is a manufacturing scenario. We buy raw materials and services, produce an item and sell the finished item. Here let us consider we are purchasing items M1, M2 and M3. Vendors provide us invoice with GST. We procure these items and manufacture the finished goods. Then our sales team sells these items. While selling, we raise invoice with GST. Here also GST is involved in buying and selling, that means double taxation. We will get input tax benefit while paying GST to tax authority. We can adjust the tax on input items with the tax payables. Let us now discuss certain masters required for calculating GST. HSN. It is an abbreviation of Harmonized System of Nomenclature. This system is the systematic classification of goods all over the world. Second master requirement is SAC. SAC is the abbreviation for Service Accounting Codes. Similar to HSN, it is unique code provided for recognition, measurement and taxation of services. As usual, we will log into Boon application. Navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Setup, Indirect Taxes, HSN table. We can maintain HSN codes and description in this table. Similarly, we will navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Setup, Indirect Taxes, SAC table. In this demo, we will again use SAC 998313 Information Technology, Consulting and Support Services. Now we will check Item Master. Navigate to Inventory Management, Processes, Item Master. Click Tax Information tab. Notice tax type as GST and indirect tax category as GST. Also, we can notice SAC code 998313, which is IT Consulting and Support Services. GST IN or GST Identification Number is a unique number provided to business entities who register under GST and obtain a unique 15-digit GST IN. In case of vendor invoice, we need to update GST IN in two places. Company GST IN in the company address and vendor GST IN in vendor address. We had already updated company GST IN. To check it, we will navigate to Administration, Setup, Company. Select the company and click Address button. We could see GST IN updated. To update vendor GST IN, navigate to Purchase Management, Processes, Vendors. Select the vendor and click Address button. Edit or enter the address and update the GST IN in respective area. Now let us discuss GST components. Components of GST are Central GST or CGST, State GST or SGST, Union Territory GST or UTGST, Integrated GST or IGST, and cess. Coming to GST rates, we define GST rate according to HSN or SAC, State or Union Territory. We define the rates of components such as CGST rate, SGST rate, IGST rate, cess rate. To define GST rate, let us navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Setup, Indirect Taxes, Indirect Tax Setup. Select the tax component, add or edit HSN or SAC code and define the rate and set the applicable date. To account GST on vendor invoice, we require some accounts in chart of accounts. The accounts are CGST receivable account, SGST receivable account, IGST receivable account, and cess receivable account. I opened these accounts in chart of accounts. To check it, I will navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Setup, Chart of Accounts. Set the accounts for the tax components. Now let us look at the vendor invoice. Condition for GST components are as follows. If purchasing state is same as place of supply state, then CGST and SGST is applicable. If purchasing state is different than place of supply state, then IGST is applicable. Cess is applicable if rate exists. Navigate to Purchase Management, Process, Vendor Invoice form opens. Click New, select Order Type. Select Vendor ID. Name, address, dimensions, etc. came automatically from the order type and vendor master. Enter narration and save the record. Now we will record the lines. Click New in line and select Item IT Consultancy Services. Enter quantity and unit price. Save the record. To check the tax entries, click Indirect Tax Document. To check the accounting entries, just click Vouchers, Unposted Voucher. We will get the credit and debit entries of the invoice. Close Unposted Voucher and click Post Invoice button. On confirmation, voucher will get posted. Once posted, to check the voucher, click Vouchers, Posted Voucher. We will get the accounting and print similar to unposted voucher. Click Print button to get an invoice report. We can notice the tax implication on the report. We will navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Reports, Ledger Report. Execute report for financial year 2021-22. We can notice sundry creditors in credit and consulting services in debit. We can notice CGST receivable in debit and SGST receivable in debit. It is required to submit the purchase return to the GST authority on monthly basis. The process involves: download GSTR2A from GST website. Reconcile the invoices with GSTR2 data from Boon. Upload GSTR2 to the site. To get the spreadsheet of the returns, navigate to Finance and Accounts Management, Process, Intent Tax, GSTR2. Fill from date and to date. Click Execute button. You can notice our invoice in the line section. We can copy the data and use it for upload in the site. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you.